Hey there, everybody. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another episode of 31 progressive rock stocking stuffers from 1971. We're doing this every day in the month of December. Today is day 11, my 11th pick out of the 31. Actually, like I said a couple days back, I actually gave you two Yes albums for the price of one. So technically, we're doing 32. But today, this particular album here, which was released on CBS Records in the UK, Columbia here in the US, came out February 28th, 1971, produced by the band themselves. The fourth album from this, another one of those bands from the Canterbury region. It's called Fourth from Soft Machine. And congrats to the couple folks in the comments of yesterday's video who did anticipate that this was coming. Yes, you were right. So this is the first purely all instrumental instrumental album from the band from the album. No, that doesn't quite work. Come on, Pete, get together. I know it's early. And this follows their very popular to many hardcore fans album Third, which was their first real move into jazzier realms. I mean, the Third and this album are basically almost like free jazz albums. But whereas Third did have some vocals by Robert Wyatt, the drummer, this would be his last album with the band. This album, purely all instrumental, and definitely full-on jazz rock. I mean, any of the psychedelic leanings that the band had on their kind of first two albums, pretty much gone by this point in time. Soft Machine have become pretty much a pure jazz rock act with lots of free jazz. This is not easy listening jazz by any means, and this is not the wonderfully melodic fusion that we'd see in a couple of years for the Bundles album and a few after that. This is complex, dark, dissonant type stuff. I really like it a lot, actually, though. And we've got in the band at this time, we've got the core group of Elton Dean on saxophone, alto saxophone, and saxello, Mike Ratledge on acoustic piano, pianette, Lowry organ. You've got Hugh Hopper on bass guitar and fuzz bass, and you've got Robert Wyatt on drums. With additional personnel appearing on a couple tracks, you got Roy Babington on double bass on a couple tracks. You got Mark Charig on cornet, Nick Evans on trombone, Jimmy Hastings on alto, flute, and bass clarinet, and Alan Skidmore on tenor saxophone. So again, you've got all these like jazz instruments and jazz musicians coming to join this band to bring them more into those jazzier territories. So again, this is the album right here. You can see the 4 in the background there, and on the side it says 4. This is a 2-on-1 collection here that's got the 5th album as well, which is very similar actually. So here you got 7 tracks combining the opening bombast of Teeth, which is just under 10 minutes long. Really cool song. Again, this is pretty devastating, dense, but kind of out there jazz rock music. That's followed up with Kings and Queens, very memorable track from the band. Fletcher's Blemish, and then you've got the 3-part Virtuality, parts 1, 2, and 3, which are approximately just under 20 minutes long. I think, about 17 minutes long. That's awesome. And again, it's just, the band is taking you all over the place. You've got screaming sax from Elton Dean throughout this entire album. But on these particular tracks also, you've got the rest of those players that I mentioned before. And then, Virtuality. So I'm sorry, it's a 4-part. What am I talking about? It's a 4-part suite. So yeah, roughly, about 20 minutes. Sorry, I forgot there was a 4th part to this. So that's the whole second half of the original LP. So you've got Virtuality parts 1 through 4, 20 minutes long. Pretty intense. I mean, this band at this point in time was looking to make music that was going to push the boundaries of what previously was known as psychedelic rock, and they were definitely doing some different things than some of the other Canterbury bands would be doing shortly, coming up fairly soon. You had Canterbury Caravan, you had Matching Mole, and you had Hatfield in the North, and then you had National Health and various other bands. We talked about Egg recently as well. So you had various bands. Some were doing the kind of quirky, very British rock, jazz, folk type of thing. others who were going straight into really avant-garde jazz sounds, and that's basically what this is all about. Avant-garde is another really good way to describe the music of Soft Machine right around this period. But it's jazz, but it's very not easy listening jazz. This is not smooth jazz by any means. And you got the big bass grooves. I mean, Hugh Hopper is excellent on this album. And like I said, this would be the last album that would feature Robert Wyatt on drums when he would go move on to other things. So, Fourth by Soft Machine is our pick today. Check it out if you haven't already. Again, I will fully say this type of stuff is not for everybody. But there are days where stuff like the Soft Machine is what I crave when I want something a little bit more challenging, a little more down that kind of crazy jazz path. And that's definitely what some of these Soft Machine albums are, specifically this one. So thanks for watching. Visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter. Of course, we're here on YouTube all the damn time. Coming up tomorrow morning, we have another one. We're going to move into day 12 as we march our way towards the 31st. Lots of cool prog rock coming up. Some, stuff that most people will know. Some albums that maybe some of you haven't heard, or maybe you've heard the name of the band but never listened to the album. There's quite a few that came out, quite a few prog rock albums that came out in 1971, and I have picked my 31 favorites, or technically 32 favorites out of all of them, and they're not really much in any order. I thought originally I was kind of going chronologically, but I think I've strayed quite a bit from there. But I think most of you will know tomorrow's pick. It's a pretty well-known one, and I think it had to be on this list, and it's definitely a favorite of mine. So that'll be coming up tomorrow morning, so stay tuned for that, and a lot more here on the channel. I am Pete Pardo. We'll see you real soon. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell. Very important. You don't want to miss any of these videos. So if you click on the notification bell, you'll get an email every time we post a video, and one is going live, so you'll know exactly when it's premiering, when it's going to start, all that good stuff. So please do that. And also below, you've got the link to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, the link to our merch page for all sorts of cool See You Tranquility stuff. Place your orders now. Take advantage of the sale we're having and get your merchandise before the holidays. And thanks again. We'll see you real soon. I am Pete. Take care. Bye-bye.